Imagine standing in a narrow pass, with an army so large it blocks out the horizon. You have maybe 7,000 men. They have hundreds of thousands. There is no retreat, no backup coming in time, and yet you choose to stay. This is the true story of the last stand at Battle of Thermopylae, and why a small force chose to fight an empire. 480 BC. The Persian Empire, led by Xerxes I, was the most powerful force on earth. City after city had already fallen. Now, Greece stood in the way. But Greece wasn't a unified country. It was a collection of independent city-states, often at odds with each other. Still, they knew one thing. If they didn't stand together now, they'd fall one by one. So, they made a plan, not to meet the Persians in open battle. That would be suicide. Instead, they chose a narrow coastal pass, Thermopylae, a place so tight the Persian numbers wouldn't matter nearly as much. And leading the defense was Leonidas I. Leonidas didn't bring just Spartans. He brought a coalition around 7,000 Greek soldiers. Yes, including the famous 300 Spartans, but they were never alone. When Xerxes arrived, his army stretched for miles. Ancient sources claim hundreds of thousands, possibly more. Even if exaggerated, the difference was overwhelming. Xerxes expected the Greeks to run. Most armies would. Instead, they stood still. So Xerxes sent a message. "Lay down your weapons." Leonidas' response? "Come and take them." The Persians attacked, wave after wave. But the terrain changed everything. The narrow pass meant only a small number of soldiers could fight at once. And the Greeks, they were heavily armored, highly trained, disciplined. They fought in formation, shields locked, spears forward. The Persians couldn't break through. Day 1 held. Day 2 held again. Even Xerxes' elite troops, the Immortals, failed to push the Greeks back. What should have been an easy victory was turning into a costly stalemate. But then, everything changed. A local Greek named Ephialtes of Trachis betrayed them. He revealed a hidden mountain path, one that could be used to outflank the Greek position. Now, the Persians didn't have to break through. They could go around. Leonidas learned what was coming, and he made a decision that would define the battle forever. He ordered most of the Greek army to withdraw, to live, to fight another day. But he stayed, with his 300 Spartans and a few thousand others who refused to leave. They knew what this meant. They weren't holding the pass anymore. They were buying time. Time for Greece to prepare. Time for reinforcements. Time for survival. The Persians attacked from both sides. The Greeks fought until their spears broke. Then with swords. Then teeth and nails, until they were surrounded, and one by one, they fell. The Persians won the battle, but they didn't break Greece. The stand at Thermopylae became something bigger than a defeat. It became a symbol of resistance, of discipline, of choosing to stand your ground even when the odds say you shouldn't. Because that sacrifice, it bought time. And that time helped lead to future Greek victories that would eventually turn the tide of the war. Thermopylae wasn't about winning, it was about positioning. choosing terrain that neutralizes your enemy's advantage. It was about discipline under pressure, holding formation when everything tells you to run. And most of all, it was about understanding that sometimes the goal isn't to survive the moment, it's to make that moment matter. If you want more real stories like this, where decisions change everything, hit subscribe. Because history isn't just what happened, it's what people chose to do when it mattered most.